What's up everyone, this is CyberKnight, and today I have some Yu-Gi-Oh news for you guys. It looks like we finally have some info over the brand new Iceberg structure deck. Some of the cards have been revealed, and one of the main things that you're going to see, of course, from that thumbnail already, is that we actually have a new version of Trishula, or a more evolved version maybe, I don't know. How would you put that? Something along those lines. I mean, it's freaking cool. The artwork's amazing, and its effect is honestly what you would expect, a more powerful Trashula, so it doesn't disappoint, for sure. We'll read that off here in a second. We also have a few other monsters too, probably the most adorable monster ever, and a new waifu. So, a little bit of everything, right? But yeah, I'm glad that we finally have some info over the structure deck. Of course, Japan, I believe, is getting it next month, and yeah, we don't have a release date for us yet, that's right. I'm thinking it'll be early next year, but yeah, nothing's been announced just yet. I'll let you guys know whenever I hear anything. And I'm hoping, too, with seeing Trishula, maybe Bryonek and Gunyear are also going to get some upgrades in, too. That would be amazing. But yeah, enough just talking about different things and gushing about them. Let's go ahead and start talking about these effects, right? First off, we have Trishula Subzero Dragon of the Iceberg. It is a Water Dragon Synchro monster, level 11, 2,700 attack, 2,000 defense, requires 1 tuner and 2 non-tuner monsters. Its effect is, you can only use this card's name to effect once per turn. When this card is Synchro summoned, you can banish up to 3 cards your opponent controls. If this Synchro summon card you control is destroyed by opponent's card, you can special summon 1 Trishula Dragon of the Iceberg from your extra deck or graveyard, and if you do, its attack becomes 3,300. Then the current attack of any face-up monster your opponent controls becomes halved, and also their effects are negated. Wow. Just like jaw hit the floor, kind of wow, right? I mean, seriously, I kind of figured maybe Trishula would get a new form or something in the structure deck, or maybe there would even be like a new dragon or something, but I didn't really expect this. So this is a little bit of a surprise, right? Basically, you have like this rage form of Trishula that has it where it just banishes 3 cards your opponent controls. You know, not just like one from, what was it, the field, hand, and graveyard. No, you're just getting rid of 3 that your opponent controls. So that's pretty devastating right there. And then, of course, if your opponent actually does destroy this, then, of course, you get the original Trishula back with a little bit of an upgrade. I mean, it actually becomes stronger with that 3,300 attack. And then also, all your opponent's monsters, their attacks are halved, and then their effects are just negated. Yeah, basically if your opponent happens to destroy this card, they're going to get OTK'd, is what it sounds like to me, because more than likely, you're just going to run over them with the original Trishula then, and you probably have some more out there too, because I assume, again, the other dragons are going to be coming back with some fury as well, and it's going to be pretty interesting. So yeah, this card is one heck of a monster, one heck of a Synchro monster, and can we just appreciate too that it is still generic? Yeah, anyone else notice that? I like that. So I have a feeling it could be used in other decks as well, just like the original Trishula, and I can't wait to see what this card's going to do. But this is definitely a scary upgrade, I gotta say, and I love that artwork. Now, of course, for the waifu, we have Mirror Master of the Iceberg, of course, Water Spellcaster, level 4, 1,700 attack, and 1,000 defense. Of course, its effect is, you can only use this card's names 2 and 3 effects once per turn each. While you control another Iceberg monster, your opponent cannot tribute summon. You can discard 1 card, special summon 1 Iceberg tuner from your deck. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except water monsters. If you would activate an Iceberg monster's effect by sending a card from the hand to the graveyard or by discarding, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead of one of those cards. So, first off, we still have that control element of Icebergers. I was really happy to see that because I was wondering, again, what route would they go? If you remember, Icebergers did actually have a lot of different control effects to them. They weren't just about synchro summoning and stuff like that. So I thought it was really cool to actually see that whenever you have another Iceberg monster, then your opponent cannot tribute summon. That's actually pretty cool. That could actually lock down a lot of different decks out there too. So I like how that was kind of added in. That's kind of another thing that can annoy your opponent. Also, too, you can tell this card is still made, though, to help you bring out a tuner monster, then later on help you go for a Synchro summon. So you can see how this will help you out with bringing out the new Trashula, and again, the other Iceberg Synchros and stuff like that easily. And also, too, I do like how it can help and count as the cost, even when it's in the graveyard, for a discarding effect. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of different effects you can go with on that. One of the main ones that always comes to mind for me is like Bryonek. I mean, you could just use this for that, and I assume the upgraded version will have a really, you know, similar effect to the original one, but better. Maybe it's going to be the unerrated version of Bryonek, the original. So maybe they'll just like, okay, this is, you know, this, he finally gets his effects and stuff, but he's upgraded now. I don't know. But anyway, I could see this, of course, being a good way to use his effect, because you need those discards. There you go. It's still going to come in handy in your graveyard. So all around, seems like a good card for them as well. And then the last one we have is probably the most adorable monster I think I've seen all year. Probably one of my new favorites, and I want like tokens of him too. And that is Frost Spirit of the Ice Barrier. Of course, it is a Water Sea Serpent tuner monster, level 1, 400 attack and 200 defense. Its effect is, you can only use this card's names to effect once per turn. While you control another Ice Barrier monster, monsters your opponent controls lose 500 attack and defense. During your main phase, you can send one level 3 or lower Ice Barrier monster from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, this card's level becomes the sent monster's level until the end of this turn. So yeah, again, you have sort of that annoying effect for your opponent, being able to weaken their monsters, you know, by that 500 attack and defense. So that's obviously something that can be pretty good. I wish it was a little bit more, but that 500 could be enough to really be a thorn in their side for sure. So I like that as well. But also, you can tell, obviously, again, this is made to help you Synchro summon. I mean, yeah, it's a tutor monster, of course that's how it's going to be. So, by being able to send a level 3 or lower Ice Barrier monster from your deck to the graveyard, it gains that level. So, instead of it just being a level 1, for example, you could turn it into a level 2 by getting rid of a level 2 Ice Barrier, and boom, Synchro summon these two, go for Bryonek. I know he's like always my example, but he's the main example I need, right? I think Gunyear was level 7, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, get rid of level 3, boom, there you go. You go for Gunyear as well. There. So I'm not just talking about Bryonek, but basically, he's a way to help you bring out the other ones. Of course, it could still help you with Trishula, but since it has that limit of level 3, you're gonna need a little bit more, of course, too. So, as you would anyway. But, yeah, I mean, what do you guys think about these 3 cards? So far, I like what this structure deck is doing. All 3 of these cards look really good, especially that Trishula. I mean, that just, again, makes your jaw just drop. It's like, wow, this is what I wanted. If I'm hearing about a new Trishula, this is what I expected out of the fusion, honestly, you know? So, yeah, I really like this one, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with the others. Again, Bryonek, Gunyear, please. I want to see that, and I still think that Bryonek will probably just get its old effect back, or maybe even a little bit stronger than its old effect. I don't know. That's what me and my friends were talking about, you know, as these cards are getting revealed. So that would make sense. I would like to see that, you know? And, of course, you know, again, still seeing this as generic, other decks could actually use this too. Maybe some kind of Synchron deck, or just anything that can go for those high-level Synchros. You got a new toy as well, I guess, too. So let me know what you guys think, of course. I think they're heading the right direction, and I can't wait to see the rest of the cards. So, as always, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Let me know if you want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh! News videos in the future, by let me know in those comments, and, of course, by also liking this video. And, yeah, I mean, I've been tempted to do a lot more Yu-Gi-Oh! News videos, but they don't always do well. So that's why I've been debating on it. So again, just let me know by letting your voice be heard, of course, in those comments below. And of course I will. Catch you guys later. See ya.